You cannot plant 11 churches. You cannot minister. You cannot build a congregation like this man has built without money. Okay. And what I love about the United States of America is we use this system called capitalism. So many people think car business, bad, but capitalism is a wonderful thing. And we happen to be in the car business, and making money is a very good thing. Profit is a very good thing. So I'm not sure where negativity and making money got together. I know there has been some very unscrupulous people in the car business in the past. But I want to talk to you, and more importantly, I want you to talk to me about relationships with good people. And that's how we met, you and I.
Yes.
Okay. So, we've already talked about the ultimate relationship, but when it comes to money and relationships, tell me your thoughts.
Man, listen, Billy, these are some principles that I've always used. And people sometimes ask me, say, how in the world can you be a pastor and be in the car business? Well, I was in the car business before I was ever a pastor. And I watched guys in this business, in this industry, live out a life of convictions, live out a life of pure character, and still put a work hustle to it to generate income and wealth for their family. I go by there are 5 principles that I live off with, which are the spheres of wealth. Okay. First is spiritual wealth. You got to be wealthy spiritually. All right. And that means you have your heart is set toward God. It is set toward the things of God, the principles of God, and then the wealth of your soul, which is the intellect of a person's mind and who the person is in their own intellect. Be wealthy in knowledge, be wealthy in wisdom. Okay. And then number 3 is the physical body. Try to always take care of yourself, right? Always take care of this temple, because this body literally is housing that soul and that spiritual person. Okay. Number 4 is social, which you just brought up, is relationships. Okay. So I have to be wealthy in relationships, meaning that I have to value every person that is in my life as if it was me. So love each other, love others as God has loved you. And so, or as you love yourself. So I have to treat everybody in my sphere of relationships with like their treasures. And they are the greatest wealth in this world is people. Okay. The greatest resources in this world is people. And then the last one is influential. I have to continue with my relationships, build my corporate influence, in the systems of the world. I have to build whether it's in the part of nonprofit, I have to give back. I have to put my investment into giving back to my community. That's an influence. All right. That's a reaching poor, reaching the needy. If we stay in this bubble that we live in, we'll never see the very opportunities to give out in front of us. And so I build these principles. And so I keep my relationships as pure and honest as I possibly can. But I understand that as long as I honor is huge in the world which I live in. So I only have how I've honored others in my life. And so if I keep the system of honor working for me, then everything else that I will touch will be anointed to grow. I won't curse it. Wherever I go, no bridges are burned. I constantly am honoring those that God has set in my life, even today, and as they will come tomorrow. So that's a big piece for me, Billy. That's the spheres of wealth. And so if I work on these 5 spheres in my life, and I make sure that each one of these are wealthy. Okay. Now I'm not just talking about, having a little bit of this. I'm talking about that all of my relationships are healthy and they're wealthy. When I say wealthy, I want everybody to hear me now. I'm not talking about money. All right. We can get caught up in talking about calling wealth money. All right. Now money solves a bunch of daggone problems. All right. But being wealthy is to be whole. All right. So I want my relationships to be fruitful. I want them to be vibrant. I want them to be living. I want them to be green. I want them to be, and that's pulling. That's just constantly pulling. So it's the law of exchange. So yeah, that's where I'm at, Billy.
Okay, I love it. Now I want to dive in. I want to really drill in on the money part. This is a money show. Totally agree with you. Wealth, you need to be to be totally wealthy. You have to be spiritually wealthy, physically wealthy, and monetarily wealthy. But you know, it is possible to be rich in money, okay, and be lacking in those other areas. So but I'm to be the best person, to be the most productive person, you need to be physically, spiritually, and monetarily.
Well,
Well,
what I'm sorry, Billy.
no, go ahead.
So what about this? You can be rich and be sick. You
Yes.
ever met someone with a lot of money, but their health was really bad? And so to find the wholeness of wealth, I guess that's really where I'm going
Yeah.
at, is that they're finding that wholeness of wealth. And you can I've seen people not have as much money, but they had an awesome marriage, and they had a great relationship with their spouse. I've also seen people with a lot of money and having a great relationship with their spouse, kind of like you and your wife. You guys extend all that charm, that love. You can see the unity with your home as you're digging and grinding every day. Both of you guys are grinding every day, and you can have a great fruitful relationship, but you have to invest in it.
Yeah.
That stuff just doesn't come for free. You got to put the effort into it. So
Yes.
anyway.
And it's hard work. And I'm gonna get into work in just a minute, work and money.